Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our bold analysis. Today, the 15th of July. We are 15 days to the end of the month. Today, I have been away for a better part of the day because I have not been feeling well, so I decided to take a rest today, even though I was on the other side of Kibera. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something that is happening. Because on 19th July, there is supposed to be a deputy president's presidential debate. But what do you think is bringing the latest narrative of a protest against media? I have to mention here that one of the critical roles of the media is to inform the society and interpret the messages. They inform and they interpret, and you will realize, that's where you realize after something happens, the media house will bring experts so that facts can be broken down to consumables, something that someone can always understand. Today I listened to a press briefing by Deputy President Presidential Team Secretariat, a press briefing that was attended by Hussein Mohamed, former government spokesman Alfred Mutua, Ababu Namwamba, the Secretary General of the Secretariat, Nanok, and there was also Sholei. And they seems to be complaining so much about the media coverage, and they pointed out to a fact that the media is skewed. One of the most contentious issues that people have asked is, do you think the stations that are running political adverts, is it in order? For me, the first advert that was done in towards this election was that one of Irungu Kangata. Yeah, when Irungu Kangata was saying Mwingwa Barua, I think that was the first advert. Now, there was a report that was released by Media Council that the Kenyan journalists have are more friendly to cover Azimio campaigns compared to those of Kenya Kwanza. Now, yes, we understand that the Media Council of Kenya is an oversight body that just ensures compliance of the media houses. But it seems the Kenya Kwanza are getting agitated because that report was framing that there is a bit of some hostility on Kenya Kwanza rallies compared to Azimio la Umoja. And before that, there was another one that was produced, I think it was in June, that Raila Odinga had got more coverage in the newsrooms compared to presidential candidate of Kenya Kwanza, Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. And this coverage was in terms of bulletins, maybe how many stories are done, and also on angles, which story angles are being taken, and the minutes. For example, when Raila gets 3 minutes and William Ruto gets 2 or 1 or something, that's the parameter they use to gauge on who is more covered. But again, who is giving live coverage. They have pointed out the split screen at Citizen when Gachagua was releasing his manifesto. A deputy president was also setting up. I was also raising the manifesto. I wanted to listen to Hussein Mohamed because he was asked whether the Kenya Kwanza presidential candidates and the deputy are going to attend the presidential debate.
On the matter of the presidential debate, I think we made ourselves clear through a statement a while back. Whether and statistics show you are not. If the Media Council wants to talk about new data, please show us the report. Don't just quote through a statement and there's no report. Do what you did in June last year. But on that matter of the debate, it is very clear. We gave an advisory to the candidate. They are going to make a decision based on that advisory. It's up to them to make the decision.
What does this media protest point out to? Ladies and gentlemen, kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. And I want to say thank you very much for people who also share our videos. Very early in the morning, I was in Kibera. I met some few friends there who could still spot, say, the bolt. Yeah, that's amazing. And of course, we had very informal talks there. Now, this issue of media protest is did not just come out in that media briefing. Yesterday, there is a post by Dennis Itumbi. And Dennis Itumbi is complaining, is having a public spat with Linus Kaikai, because Linus Kaikai was at least now talking about why Kenya Kwanza are so much about that presidential debate. And by the way, I can categorically reveal in this analysis that the Kenya Kwanza team gave a condition that Linus Kaikai, and even not Linus, they don't want the team from Citizen TV to even moderate the debates. I can categorically tell you this. You can challenge me, talk to journalists, you will find that report somewhere. They don't want anyone from Citizen to moderate the debates. So if you look at the Nairobi governor's one, who was from Citizen there? Just do your, but Wahiga Mwaura did the pre-debate analysis, and even the deputy president one, I think the only person from Citizen is going to be Trevor Mbija, and is going to do pre-debate analysis, but on the debate. And one of the persons that I think was kicked out of that role is Linus Kaikai. What does this point out to? I want to say that one, I think Kenya Kwanza are simply coming up with this strategy of discrediting the media to make sure they can discredit political messages that are being aired in the media. For the first time, there has been a lot of freedom of media to air political messages. In 2017, there was an attempt by NASA, and the government was so harsh, and in fact, you'd find out that by that time, there's some, by then I was actively in media, and where I used to work, I won't mention where, in 2017, people who know where I was, you'll find out. Where I used to work, there was a challenge of the biggest advertiser in the media now is the government. Leave alone all those other things we're seeing. The biggest advertiser is the government. And there were problems where they were saying that they're not getting government adverts, and there was some stifling. So that happened. What I see here is because of the freedom that now media, the free space that they've had to air these political messages, it's really sinking in the mind of Kenyans and is framing perception. Kenya Kwanza are sitting pretty uncomfortable with that. But again, this will then divert attention on the real issue. Or rather, they want to divert attention on this narrative that has synced about William Ruto's untamed anger. I have covered the Kenyan politics, many of you realize just this year, but I've covered for the last 3 years. And I can tell you that if there is a political narrative, a mere clip by Deputy President talking to a council of elders from Kikuyu that was used to bring the slapping narrative to show Kenyans how Deputy President is an angry man, that has become very difficult for Kenya Kwanza to counter, because it's more of a personal character. So you cannot come, it's very difficult for a politician to go and say you defend the character of a person, because the clips are being dropped bit by bit. So I think they want to divert their attention. The bombshell here is that they are laying a ground for Rigathi Gachagua to skip the deputy president's presidential debate. And I want to explain for you why there is this move, why they don't want Gachagua to attend that debate. There has been understanding. If you look at the presidential debates, the deputies are Rigathi Gachagua for William Ruto, Martha Karua for Raila Odinga, Justina Wangui Wamai for Wajakoya, and Ruth Mutua for David Waihiga of Agano Party. So if a presidential deputy's debate is to be held, then Rigathi Gachagua was going to face off with the three women. I'm telling you, they were going to push Rigathi Gachagua to the wall. Now, however, this is the structure. There is a two-tier, the debate is two-tier, where the organizers of that debate have done an opinion poll, and they're showing that top two, the candidates that have received less than 10% of support are going to be the debate. They're going to hold their own debate. That is the one that will start from, I think I got the schedule there. That is the one that will start earlier from 5:30 I think to 7. So in that arrangement, Ruth Mutua is going to face off with one Wangui Wamai. Then in that one is going to be moderated. I want to get it clearly. That one is going to be moderated by Linda Alela of TV47 and John Jacob Curia of KBC. That is the first debate. Then the second debate will be the debate of Martha Karua and Rigathi Gachagua. That was going to be moderated by Sophia Wanuna of KTN and James Smart of NTV. Now, when I was just doing this, I just checked out. Have you seen anyone from Citizen there? No. So that confirms my statement that I was telling you, that one of the conditions that DP Ruto team had given, they don't want to see anyone from Citizen moderating those debates. And yeah, that's sad where we are now. Because if there is going to be a deputy president debate, it's going to be between Martha Karua and Rigathi Gachagua. Why would Rigathi Gachagua, why would you think that Kenya Kwanza would not want Rigathi Gachagua to attend? And the issue that the decision is now resting with the candidate is just a ploy. I think that is just a cover-up. Someone just wants to make sure that if Rigathi Gachagua do not attend, William Ruto is not blamed, or William Ruto is not in the picture. But Gachagua facing with Martha Karua will reshape Mount Kenya. It is not a coincidence that in that debate it is exclusively a Mount Kenya affair. By the way, coincidental enough, the three deputy presidents candidates are from Mount Kenya. Wangui Wamai, I think, is a Kikuyu. Rigathi Gachagua and Martha Karua. It's only Ruth Mutua who is, if Mutua is from Kamba maybe. But then that debate is going to be a Mount Kenya. It will turn to be a deputy president's debate. And for someone who is seated in Central, in the town of Kirinyaga or in the town of Nyeri or Murang'a, it will be between Rigathi Gachagua and Martha Karua. Who are you going to vote for? And I just want you to envision a situation where the two teams are now picking clips from each side and now sharing to send and ask to Mount Kenya, who are you going to vote for? Now, you know very well that Martha Karua simply outshines. They're not at the same level with Rigathi Gachagua. And so Kenya Kwanza is seeing that contest, Rigathi Gachagua is simply going to lose. And so they don't want it to reshape the Mount Kenya vote. But you can also acknowledge that Rigathi Gachagua is very blunderous. You only have, and for me, if you ask me, he has what is called speech flows. His speeches, I don't know if they're organized or there are a lot of emotions injected of it, or it is a bit of copy-pasting. Some people say procrastination. It's something like that, where he wants to speak like William Ruto, and in the process, he finds himself very agile and carried away by the crowd and just gets to say other things. And he has also inherited the anger from deputy president. Then that is one of the things that makes those blunders. I don't think he has a problem of talking, or rather of language. It is just emotions, because when you have emotional appeal, you sense to lose, you will actually lose the sense of logic because you are overwhelmed by the emotions. Now, Rigathi Gachagua going to a debate with Martha Karua, the first layer of that debate will question the trust issues. Then this is what is going to unearth the dark past of Rigathi Gachagua. There is a narrative, I think I read in one of the newspapers, that Rigathi Gachagua was fired by President Uhuru Kenyatta because he was Uhuru Kenyatta's PA over some allegation, some corruption. Rigathi Gachagua have a corruption baggage. So if he's going to measure, and remember, the presidential debate team have not shared with the presidential team of both Raila Odinga and William Ruto what the questions they are going to ask or the areas they are going to cover. But again, there will be a lot of character assassination. Rigathi Gachagua is going to assassinate himself there because his dark past probably is going to be revealed. And I think this is something that Ruto team is seeing. However, I see a probability of Kenya Kwanza creating a hostility momentum. They want to create a momentum for hostility towards the election and even after the election. What will this will mean is we'll draw a line and say we are not attending the debate because maybe the debate is on the other side of the system or something, or there will be that hostility even when they want to dispute the results if it doesn't go to their favor, whether that election is free and fair. They want to create that momentum so that by the time they come and say that this election was not free and fair, or rather so and so has not won, if they are to discredit or illegitimize the government of the day, they will find a ground. I want to ask you a question. If IBC will announce results and call for a rerun, do you think Deputy President, and Raila is ahead, do you think Deputy President will go to challenge it in court? And the other side, if William Ruto is ahead, but there is a rerun, do you think Raila Odinga team will go to court and challenge? Someone asked me that question in this channel and I could not answer. It will form maybe a bit from our next analysis. That's my bold take.